Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today we are going to be doing a kind of guide type video, that kind of thing, for reagents and reagent farming and whatnot. And I've done stuff like this before, but this one is going to be specifically the things you need to know in regards to reagents and whatnot, because I feel like now is definitely the time to know, especially considering the fact that it is double reagents and unlimited crafting. So now is the time to do crafting if you can. So I'm going to tell you some very specific things that you're going to want. So beyond just having the crafting stations, which you need to do the main quest, you're going to need reagents. And there are certain ways to get reagents that are better than others. Now, I'm not going to list every single farming location in the game to get reagents, because that'll just take way too long. But definitely, one I'll mention, because this shows up in like half of the crafting quests, the later things, is to go to Grizzleheim and to go to Vesterland. That is where you can get Black Lotus, which will get you Black Pearls as well. If not, go to the Ancient Burial Grounds in Mushu. Both give Black Lotus quite frequently and are really good in that regard, which, again, it's in a lot of the crafting recipes, so if you need Black Pearls, that's the place to go. But here is a crafting tip that might not, everyone might not know right away, but is actually really useful. And that's this guy right here, Avery Templeton. The reason why he's so useful is because he sells the transmute recipes. If you don't know what those are, basically you can transmute like 10 to 15 of reagents you already have, like lesser reagents, into one of the rarer reagents. So for example, Black Pearls, you can transmute 15 Black Lotus into one Black Pearl. Black Lotus is significantly easier to get than Black Pearls. You can just go around collecting it, especially with double reagents. You can probably get one Black Pearl every 3 to 4 Black Lotus flowers, which is why the transmute Black Pearl recipe is very useful. This can also be useful for blood moss, because red mandrakes, you know, can spawn more frequently. Definitely is useful for things like diamonds, for example, the Rings of the Acropolis. I believe that's what they're called, or Apotheosis. I don't know. But basically, the Dragon Spire quest, you need 30 diamonds, which means you need, like, how many? You need 450 ore to do that, which is difficult to get, but diamonds definitely aren't a frequent resource, so you need to get them this way. You can see there's a lot of recipes here that can be incredibly helpful. Transmute Aether is okay, in case you need it, but usually there's a lot of Aether in the Bazaar. The reason why it's important to get these is because certain crafting recipes require these rare reagents. For example, you know, diamonds are one of the most useful transmutes in my opinion. Transmute Nightshade is decently useful because Nightshade's pretty rare. Transmuting scrap iron can be okay, but realistically you can find that. Transmuting sunstone is really useful as well. All of these things can be incredibly useful in regards to finding reagents. But definitely you want to make use of the double reagents and transmute them if you need them. And I would just recommend right now is the time to get your crafting up. For example, on my balance wizard, I went from Dragonspire crafting to Zafaria crafting, which isn't that much, but it is like a solid 6 quests or so, which usually would take probably a week or more. I did in an hour. So now is the time to get your crafting level up, just in case you ever need it in the future, especially if you're like a death wizard and you want Deer Knight. You want to get to Legendary Artisan. I would recommend getting to Legendary on every wizard you can, because that's probably the best way to go about it, but definitely is useful. And in regards to the rest of this video, I'm just gonna do some quick tips if you want them, but otherwise this is basically it. Thank you all for watching, if you decide to click on now. But anyways, certain reagents, despite being rare, can be found in abundance in certain places. I think that you should definitely pay attention to that and look up the locations where you can find them easily. If you want to craft a specific spell, I have videos in the past on which spells to craft, and I have a lot of locations in those videos of where you can find each thing. But it definitely is useful to know where certain reagents spawn over others. For example, if you know, you can get a lot of stone block and ore in Dragonspire behind the library and the Athenium, and if you just keep switching realms, you'll get a lot there. But a lot of people know that, so you might want to go somewhere else for stone block that's more rare. But that's like the place I usually go to farm. And there's a lot of places that are like that have things. Like, for example, this has deep mushroom right here. I just got 4 deep mushroom. But the reason why I came to Mangrove Marsh is for one reason and one reason alone. And that's this back here, which you can see agave leaves. Agave nectar is incredibly rare, but you can get agave leaves here. Usually 3 to 4 spawn, but it looks like only 2 spawned this time. And it's really useful because you can just go like this and then switch realms, and there will be more here. You can see there's more agave leaves. It looks like there's only 2 spawning in per realm right now, but either way, agave leaves are difficult to get, so if you can just keep farming them, they're useful. Realistically, that's all really the tips I had to give. I just wanted to show off the agave leaf location because agave leaves are incredibly difficult to get, and agave nectar, you need an abundance for spells such as rat spin. But that's it for this video. If you have any questions about reagents, let me know in the comments section below. If you have any questions specifically, just ask. I will answer them to the best of my ability. If you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button, maybe drop a channel membership pog. If not, that's fine as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.